Guys, so we have an urgent breaking news coming out. Do me a favor and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. 200 Marines are being deployed to Florida to assist ICE. Now, this is only the first wave. Another 500 troops have been requested. So, this is a big bombshell report. At the same time, the big, beautiful bill has been passed. Inside the bill, well, there's going to be a lot of money that's going to go to the southern region, and also this operation here. Billions of dollars going to go to sealing the southern region. There's going to be more border patrol. There's going to be more military. There's going to be more security, drones. There's going to be a lot of stuff. This is the tip of the iceberg. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, Luis Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Alright, so we're going to get to all this. At the same time, the left, they are coming out. They're not liking the bill one bit. I mean, a lot of it is to secure the southern region. That's good, right? Keep the sleeping giant safe, right? To them, they don't see it like that. So it says here, yes, Marines have recently been deployed to Florida to support ICE. The Department of Defense authorized the deployment of up to 700 troops to aid US ICE in Florida, Louisiana, and Texas. This support includes logistical aid as well as administrative and clerical functions, but the personnel are not authorized to directly participate in law enforcement. Furthermore, Florida hosts the Marine Corps Support Facility, the Blount Island in Jacksonville, which serves as the hub for the Marine Corps pre-positioning programs and supports Marine Expeditionary Forces worldwide during military exercises and contingency operations. This demonstrates the presence of Marines in Florida for training and logistical support beyond recent ICE assistance. If only Joe would have done stuff like this, he would have basically still be president if he would have put Sleeping Giant first. Instead, he was putting Crane first. He was giving them all the money, all these equipments, and he left the doors open here for the past 3 years and let millions just pour into our Sleeping Giant land. All right, so give me a second here. Let me just pull up this information here. All right, so the United States Northern Command press release, July 3rd, 2025. U.S. Northcom to provide DoD support to ICE for immediate release. Peterson Space Force Base, I believe that's Colorado, approximately 200 Marines from Marine Wing Supports Squadron 272 Marine Corps Air Station, New River, North Carolina, are conducting a movement to the state of Florida to augment the U.S. ICE, Interior Immigration Enforcement mission, with critical administrative and logistical capability at location as directed by ICE. Responding to a Department of Homeland Security request received May 9, 2025, the Secretary of Defense approved a mobilization of up to 700 active National Guard and Reserve component forces operating under Title 10 authority. These Marines are the first wave of U.S., again, the first wave, meaning there's going to be a lot more. First wave of U.S. Northern Command support of this ICE mission. Other support locations will include Louisiana and Texas. Service members participating in this mission will perform strictly non-law enforcement duties with ICE facilities. These roles will focus on administrative and logistical tasks, and they are specifically prohibited from direct contact with individuals in ICE custody or involvement in any aspect of the custody chain. Once again, this is one of the latest big breaking news. Someone said it sounds expensive. Nick responded, "This is where I want my tax dollars going. Our defense budget is better spent on defending our own borders rather than shipping troops overseas." Not only that, we were defending, Joe was defending Crane's border. Again, ever since the military, the war, I think started back in February 2022, Joe has been defending Crane's border. But ours were left open for many, many years. 20 plus million came in. All right, so give me a second, guys. Give me a second. This is a big breaking news here. What are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. Now, I want to bring this up really quick. You have the other side. They are not pleased with all this new movement. All right, all this, again, the bill and stuff like that. They're not pleased. They're not pleased. Here's AOC. And she's coming out, and basically she's saying this. AOC slams Donald mega bill, saying she's extremely devastated by what she calls the largest tax cut in history, claiming they're giving people crumbs while taking away the whole loaf and calling it one of the saddest days in modern American history. No, AOC. You and Joey and all you buddies back in, 2021 to 2024, you guys took advantage. You guys gave a lot of money to the world and to Crane. When Zelensky comes to America, he comes with an empty bag. AOC, Joe, and all them people used to give him a lot of money. Billions. We're talking about crazy money. And I remember there was a Ukrainian flag, and they all signed it, and they put Crane first, and they left us last. So again, this is very sad that for her to come out and say that, Sleeping Giant comes first when she and Joe put us last for the past 4 years. We have this breaking news coming out. The Supreme Court allows the U.S. leader to proceed with deporting, those from South Sudan. Donald keeps winning when it comes to the Supreme Court. He just keeps winning. He just keeps winning. Give me a second here, guys. I want to bring this one up too, because I did talk about this over my other account, and I want to share it here because it's very important. George actually put out this information here. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is what's in the bill. I have to bring this up one more time. So George broke this down very good. The bill, right? The big beautiful bill will supercharge the deportation, the operation that's going on right now. $46.5 billion for 701 miles of walls, 900 miles of river barriers and roads, sensors, cameras, etc. $45 billion to double ICE detention beds to 100,000. $16.1 billion for 5,000 CBP officers, 3,000 BP agents, 10,000 ICE officers, plus $2.1 billion in bonuses. $14 billion for mass deportation operation, that's 1 million plus annually. $5.5 billion for CBP upgrades, drones, tech, and $10 billion for ICE/CBP operation. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how it's supposed to be done. If it was Joe, all this would have said $46 pouring $5 billion to Ukraine, HIMARS, tanks, and stuff like that. $45 billion to humanitarian aid for Ukraine. $16.1 billion for Ukraine missile defense system. 3,000 missiles. Again, it would have been all Ukraine. You guys seen those bills that Joe would they pass under Joe? It was all Crane. Now we have Donald, and it's no longer Crane. It's now the sleeping giant. You see the difference? You see the difference? Like I said, if it was under Joe, it'd be all Crane. And many of us, we were really frustrated. Like, man, enough is enough. You guys giving them a lot of stuff. What do we get? 200 Marines are headed to Florida to support the immigration enforcement operation. We already read this part, but a lot of people sharing it. Someone said they need to go to Brooklyn. So, one thing I tell you guys is that these blue states, a lot of them are lawlessness. I saw something that took place in Chicago, and things are happening. I mean, again, Chicago has always been bad. It's always been bad. We need to pray for those in Chicago. But again, it's run by the blue. Once again, the sleeping giant deploying hundreds of Marines to Florida, Louisiana, and Texas. Once again, big bombshell report. Like I said, all this is part of the big, beautiful bill. There's a lot of stuff in that bill. Now, again, guys, they keep saying that 16 million would be without stuff. Again, here's the thing. We heard that many times under when Elon was doing the audit on the Social Security and stuff like that. They told millions of sleeping giant citizens you would lose your Social Security. Can I ask you a question? Have you lost your Social Security? Have you? Have they taken it away? Now, I believe what's going to happen, that they're going to catch all these, when it comes to fraud and scam, they're just going to strip them away from them. They're going to know who is sleeping giant citizens and who are not sleeping giant citizens. And that's why you got the LEFT, they're going nuts. Because again, everything's being stripped away from them. This stuff belongs to the sleeping giant citizens. It belongs to the sleeping giant citizens. And Donald's saying enough is enough. I want to bring this up really quick here. The U.S. Commander-in-Chief tax breaks come with an expiration date. Once again, the U.S. Commander, new spending bill packs shining tax perks before them vanish after 2028 unless Congress hits snooze again. Tipped workers to get deduct up to $25,000. Overtime pay is tax-free up to $25,000. Is that bad? Why are they going nuts? Why is the other side going nuts? Hold on. Wait a minute. Tipped workers get to deduct up to $25,000. Overtime pay is tax-free. Overtime pay, I gotta say that again slowly. Overtime pay is tax-free. Up to $25,000. Car loan interest gets a $10,000 break. And young ones, 2025-2028 scores a 1,000 Trump account. The catch? These goodies evaporate after Donald term unless lawmakers decide they love votes more than budget math. Here's AOC, and she's not pleased. She said, think this is one of the saddest days in sleeping giant history. Small businesses owners are going to have their, costs skyrocket. and people are gonna have their snap and wig cut back. People are gonna go hungry. People are gonna get sick on a scale unlike anything we've ever seen. I I don't know if that's gonna happen like that. Someone said that a lot of people just not buying into their stuff. They're not buying it. They're not buying all this, hunger and stuff like that. But again, I will keep it updated with all this here, guys. Once again, we are definitely seeing some changes. And tomorrow, Donald will sign that bill on 4th of July, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. And we need to pray for him because, again, you got these LEFT. They don't want him to sign that bill. All right. And yeah, we're just going to have to pray for him and just see what's going to happen in these 4 years of his term. But like I say, guys, I don't think Sleeping Giant citizens are going to lose the coverage. It's just those that are not supposed to be on it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, Luis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.